One thing that I can share today that is automatically going to help you speed up your results the more consistently that you do it. You don't have to change your diet, you don't have to change what you're eating or your portion sizes or anything. Is very overlooked, and it is to chew slower and like eat your meals at a slower pace and like chew longer. And this may seem like it may seem so overlooked and like, yeah, okay, whatever, but like, I'm serious. This makes such a huge difference when you are eating your meals and eating your snacks, because I've also adopted this because, again, like I said, I have always struggled with overeating and like eating really fast and wanting to eat, like bigger portion sizes. And I recently adopted this habit. And it does take some time to like remember every single time, but it makes such a huge difference, because you should want to chew your food until it's like an applesauce consistency. I know that's kind of like gross, but it's because when you're eating your food, I'm sure you've heard that, it takes our body longer to realize that we're full. So you may like eat like a whole bunch of food and you think you're hungry, and then all of a sudden you stop and you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm so full, like I feel so bloated, like I need to lay down, I need to take a nap. Like I'm sure we've all been like in that experience and situation, and it's because it does take our body longer to realize when we're full. And we are in a culture right now where we are living life at such a fast pace that it translates into our eating habits too. And sometimes that happens because we're so on the go that we don't have very much time to eat. But even when we do have that time to eat, we're still living in that fast pace and like basically inhaling our meals. And it does not give us enough time to like our bodies to realize how full we are. And another thing too that it also helps with is digestion, because if you think about it, when you eat your food, it's in your stomach, and then the digestion process happens. It's got to break down that food to start the process of digestion. And that's part of chewing. Like chewing is a part of digestion. And if we're not like actually taking the time to chew the food down to like that applesauce consistency, our body has to work harder to break it down in our stomach, which means it's going to need more energy, which means that we're going to feel more sluggish after our meals. We're going to feel more tired. We're going to have to like feel like we need a nap. So if you ever wonder why after you eat a meal, you like want to lay down or you feel extra tired, it's often because, well, for one, it depends on what you're eating and how easy it is for your body to break down that food. So if we're eating foods that are like not real food and unrecognizable in the body, it's going to take longer for it to digest. And also if it has like bigger chunks of food to break down because we didn't take the time to chew it, that's also going to take more energy. So you start to think of those things, that's going to automatically improve our digestion, especially if you're someone who doesn't have like regular digestion. That's going to help too. But again, taking the time to chew every single bite, it's going to feel like you're not doing something right. Like you need to be speeding things up, because I still feel that way sometimes when I'm eating. And I'm like eating my meal and I'm like legit like trying to like take my time with it and chew it down. And it feels like, oh my God, this is taking forever for me to just eat this meal. But I've come to realize that like my natural tendencies to want to go and get more food or even like finish my entire plate, it's like causing me to realize that I'm full, and I won't always finish my food now, or I won't do the natural thing, which is natural for me, which is to go up and get more on my plate. I won't do those things now. And that is why I'm saying like, you don't have to change any of your eating habits or anything for this to work for you and to start making an actual difference, because you're naturally gonna stop eating as much food just by doing this one thing. So I hope that helps. And it's also, I think, important to say too, that because we live such a fast-paced life, we tend to live life on autopilot and, not even be super aware of the choices that we're making on a day-to-day basis. And this just chewing slower, it allows you to be more present. And if that's something that's important to you, to start to be more present in your life and just enjoy being in the moment, that helps with that. And you actually get to enjoy your food instead of just like inhaling it and then it's like, oh man, it's all gone already. Like I've been there before where I'm like, I get so excited for my food and then I eat it so fast that I'm like bummed because I'm like, dang, I feel like I didn't even get to enjoy that. Like the hype was so high and I was so ready and like excited to eat this meal, and then I didn't even like really enjoy it because I basically swallowed it whole. So that's another like super awesome benefit that you'll start to see by just implementing this like with every meal. And trust me, it will take some time to remember. I've had times like when I first started implementing this that like I would forget like halfway through my meal, like I'd be halfway through my meal and then I'm like, oh crap, like I forgot to eat slower. But then it's just like, well, then you just start doing it when you remember. Like you don't, it's not another thing that you're like, I have to kick myself over or get frustrated with myself because I don't do it all the time. It's not one of those things. Like it's just, the more you start to do it, when you remember it, the more it starts to become a habit. So this isn't something to be, you know, another thing to get frustrated with yourself over or, you know, feel guilty or feel like you're failing. Like that's not what this is meant for. This is just something that you can start to incorporate when you remember and think of it, and just to let it become a habit and just a part of your lifestyle and the way you eat. I hope that this helps. I am always open to like more topics that you want me to talk about regarding health, regarding nutrition, regarding weight loss, like anything in that realm. I started my own like YouTube channel, and I'm going to be doing these lives and uploading these videos so that if you like need a very specific topic in the future, you can easily come back to these videos and I want them to help you. So if you ever think of a topic or, you know, something that you struggle with personally, you know, I'm not gonna like call you out on the video that I'm sharing it because of you, but like I really appreciate feedback and suggestions so that I know that I'm helping you alongside your health and fitness journey.